The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
Welcome to an all-new episode of the podcast that no one listens to. I'm your host, Kevin Porter, as I salute the microphone. And I'm here with Darrin Foglesong. What's up, dude?
Not much, man.
Dude, welcome to the podcast that no one listens to.
Yeah.
Fucking, we're here to smoke weed and drink beer.
Well, I'm going to drink beer anyway.
That's what, well, okay, I should apply. You're going to drink beer. Dude, I've never said that I'm, like, never going to drink again. I was talking about it with my wife. I was like, I can totally see myself, like, just drinking some whiskey, you know, just like once or twice a year. Yeah. You know, like pick a weekend where it's fucking bros and you're just like, you're fucking just hanging out, you know, smoke some weed and fucking drink some whiskey. So, yeah, man, I want to welcome you onto the podcast, dude. And, you know, yeah, man, you know, it's kind of fun with this podcast is like, you know, I have different people on here that like, you know, I would say that like we know each other. But, like, we don't really know each other, you know? Like, we're more, like, in a sense, I'd say, like, we're more than acquaintances. Like, I could go up to you anywhere and be like, what's up, Darrin? Yeah. And we could talk. But, like, I don't remember the last time we spent some good quality time together in terms of, you know,
If
like,
ever, really.
If ever,
you know?
Exactly.
I think we've always just bumped into each other.
Always see each other at the, you know, the occasional show and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never out, dude, for one. Like, I fucking swear to God, like, I'm a recluse at home, so.
Yeah, I don't really go out unless there's a show going on.
Yeah.
I'm over that whole hanging out at a bar just to hang out, you know?
Dude, yeah, man, like, it's been a long time since I've been like, yeah, Saturday night, let's just go fucking hang out at the bar and shit, you know, like, but those days were so much fun, though. Like I was telling you, man, like I used to live in the house that's in front of your house at the very front, not giving away your location, of course, but, dude, and those were my heavy party days. Like, we're sitting in a garage, basically, that is about basically the exact same one that we used to, except there was an entrance on the left-hand side here, and, like, we had a pool table in here, and we would fucking, we'd throw parties and shit, and...
Yeah, we played a Show It Off the Record for my around my birthday, and afterwards I had people come over here for it, and even that was like, man, I'm not into the party and at all. I still like to drink and whatnot, you know, but just it's having something, all those people around, I'm getting too old for it, I think. Yeah,
just, I don't know. I mean, on certain nights, like, it's good to be around a good crowd of people. It's just, like, I don't know. Like, I can't do it every weekend, though, I guess. Yeah. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know. Going to the bar is fun, though, in certain situations. Like, I find now, like, being, you know, like, mostly sober and, like, going to the bar and watching people, like, progressively get drunk throughout the night. Like, on Eric's as bachelor party, he... Like, I thought, honestly, and I've told the story on the podcast before, but, like, I thought we were going to close the fucking bar out, dude. Like, I'm you know, drinking, you know, fucking Red Bulls and shit, and I'm fucking smoking hella weed that night, you know, I'm getting fucking stoned, and it's like, we're going to close this fucking place out, and then, like, that's when Dan was like, hey, Kevin, and he, like, snapped his finger, just, like, pointing down at Eric, and Eric was fucked up, dude. Totally fucked up and shit.
Remember one of the first times I ever hung out with Eric, he got all fucked up like that. Yeah. Fell asleep in his chair next to a fire, and the fire got like rip roaring, and we pulled him back, and he woke up as we were pulling him back. Yeah. So mad, like, I can move. I can move if I need to.
Dude, I have so many stories of, like, I remember this one, we had to drive to, like, Tri-Cities to take my kid to camp, and, like, we were driving by Granger, and I hadn't thought about it in a long time, but, like, we'd gone to some, like, orchard party, like, or something after the zone. And I just remember Eric getting fucking wasted, dude. And I remember being so excited because, like, with him being wasted, that meant I got to drive his car home. Yeah. And I was, like, 17. And I had no driver's license. And, you know, it's just like, yeah, that's a smart idea. Like, I was just... I don't remember being fucking fully wasted, but, like, definitely there were those times were very questionable times. But, you know, that's what you had to do to get home. You know, you had to be home in the morning. So, unfortunately, somebody had to bite the bullet and get behind the wheel.
Now we live in the days of Uber.
Yeah, now there's no excuse. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pay a $50 fucking taxi ride compared to... I don't know, but now I find myself driving people home, like Jessica, like, she's, like, so happy I don't drink. She's like, yeah, I can go get wasted. Because, like, beforehand, I was always the asshole that would drink too much, and then it would ruin her fun, because then she couldn't drink, because she had to drive, because I'm the one being the asshole. And now the tides have turned.
Yeah, it sucks. My girlfriend doesn't drive, so when we go out,
You're the only one?
Yeah, I've got to drive. I miss the days of not having a car. I went a few years without owning a car.
Yeah.
And that was awesome, because I either just walked to the bar or someone else drove me home, and I didn't have to worry about it.
I remember, the last time I didn't have a car was, like, around the time frame I lived around here back in 2010, and, like, I remember just riding my skateboard everywhere.
Yeah.
And, going back to high school and shit. I mean, that was just the way to get around. Did you use skateboard? Like, feels like you would skateboard. You used to skateboard.
I tried. I could ollie, like, maybe an inch off the ground. I could kickflip and never land it.
Dude, neither could I.
Couldn't do it while I was moving either, just standing still. So I switched to rollerblades.
Dude, rollerblades are fun.
Yeah, I got pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember this kid named Pat. You remember that guy? Pat. I went to you went to Davis.
No, I didn't. Everyone thinks I went to Davis because after I actually dropped out of high school from East Valley.
Oh, damn.
And after I dropped out, I had friends that went to Davis, and I'd go hang out in the courtyard after school.
That makes sense.
And everybody, even Davis students, thought
I just thought you went there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious. I don't know. I just because I remember you went to Franklin. I remember going to we went to middle school.
Yeah.
And fucking. Because I forget. Like, were you there in 8th grade? Because I remember Sean West went to Union Gap.
No, 6th and halfway through 7th.
Okay.
And then I ended up out in East Valley.
That's how you got to East Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
My parents bought a house out there.
How was East Valley?
All those kids had gone to school together since they were little, since elementary. You had the Terrace Heights kids and the Moxie kids, and they already found their friends. Mm-hmm. So when I went there, I didn't fit in with any of the groups really. I kind of just...
You're just a loner?
Yeah, I kind of tried, but none of them would really take me in. So it sucked.
Yeah, that does suck, dude. That does suck. I remember back in 8th grade, dude, we had a big fucking crew of kids, and they wouldn't let us ride our skateboards to school, and so we'd start shit. We started this petition, and it pissed off the fucking principal. We're allow us to bring our fucking skateboards to school and shit, and we got into hella beef with the fucking principal and shit, and it was just
I mean, if you can ride a bike to school.
Yeah, that was the argument. It was I had a backpack and shit, and I could have fucking totally easily put that on my fucking back, and they're oh, it's a weapon. It's a fucking weapon, Kevin Porter. Fuck you. Fuck you, motherfucker.
So those metal compasses they used to let us use.
No metal compass, fuck, dude. Yeah, you could fuck up anybody. I remember getting in trouble once because remember those ball bearing fucking necklaces? It was
yeah, the big chains they stack together or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And they fucking. I remember one time. I feel fucking bad. I still feel bad to this day because I was, again, being an asshole. And there was this kid in front of me, and I remember just I wasn't trying to fucking hurt him, but for some reason, you're hey, I got a fucking metal thing, bam, motherfucker. And dude, he got so pissed, and ended up in the principal's office. I ended up in the principal's office a lot in middle school and high school, man.
Well, I did at Franklin, but it got to the point where I tried,
Yeah.
I almost tried to get set there. And only in one class, Mr. Segura.
Fucking Mr. Segura. I remember that name.
I would provoke him so much to the point he would get so irritated and finally just send me to the office.
Foglesong, get to the fucking office.
I remember one time we were talking, because I had him for English, and whatever it was, whatever the lesson was, it involved some math, and I mean it was relevant to his lesson, but I, just being who I was at the time, I was why are we talking about math in English school? And he's unbelievable, Darrin. Go to the principal's office. He didn't even
have the time of day. He's just fuck you, Darrin. Just get
the
fuck out of here.
He just knew where it was going.
Yeah. It's I'm just going to stop you there. We're not even going to bother. We're going to curb around this back and forth volley that we're about to have, and I will have none of this, sir. Go to the principal's office. Fuck.
Yeah, actually, I remember we had PE together at Franklin.
Did we?
And I remember you marching around in a small circle one time yelling, "Burn the flag, the American flag."
That makes sense, yeah.
We had a substitute PE teacher that day, and I remember she just goes, well, I guess that's patriotism.
That fucking... what year is that, 1997?
Yeah.
That's before I've heard anti-flag or anybody, dude. Yeah. That was way before I'd heard of anti-flag or anything.
97 or 98.
I don't even know why the fuck I would be saying that. I honestly have no recollection of that.
I don't remember where it came from. I just remember you doing it.
I just remember a lot of those times, just being an asshole, because it was always, it wasn't necessarily being an asshole, but it was just doing shit to get attention, I guess. Kind of like this podcast. What do we do this for? To get attention. People to pay attention.
And plugs here and there.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Fucking... Fucking Franklin, dude. Franklin was such a shitty. I hated 6th grade, but like 7th and 8th grade were all right, I suppose. 8th grade was like when we had that big crew of like people and stuff, and
yeah,
I'm sure you probably would have hung out with our crew if fucking
because I mean you hung out with like Sean Hill and
Sean
stuff,
Hill,
right? I hung out with him.
Yeah, Joel Klingel, James Willis,
Sean West. And
dude,
we went way back, like way back, 5th grade. This was only like 6th and 7th we're talking, but we were good friends.
Well, I met him in like 6th grade, dude. Yeah. Like I remember because like weren't you were on the wrestling team? We were on the fucking wrestling team together, weren't we?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Because I remember we were sitting in the fucking library. And, like, I remember I had that, like, Ken Shamrock poster. And, like, I remember giving it to, like, Sean or something. Yeah. And that was, like, the first time I remember, like, actually talking to you guys.
Yeah, he's over wrestling. He's the one who got me into, not like, the school wrestling, but he got me into WCW. Damn right. When I was a little kid, my grandpa watched WWF. Now WWE, I guess. But
no. We can call it WWF. We can call it WWF.
I didn't get super into it, and then he always watched WCW, and I got into that.
Yeah. Dude, Sean was way into wrestling.
Yeah, he was.
He was way into wrestling. Yeah. I remember the day it all ended though when it came to professional wrestling because like that's how I met him as well. Like that was like our friendship was based off of fucking professional wrestling. I remember like it's 2001. It was like right after school had gotten over. It was the King of the Ring. It was the day after the 2001 King of the Ring, and like the Invasion pay-per-view had just started, and like so like it was when WWF bought WCW. So like the night before Booker T had like fucking made his entrance and shit and like debuted with the company and like broke Steve Austin's like vertebrae by dropping him on the announce table. And so like I'm like all hyped to watch it because and then Sean's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do something else. And he totally just didn't want. He like refused to watch it. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, like can I see how it is?
The last time I actually saw him was a couple of years after we hung out at a WCW event at the Sundome.
Dude, I remember exactly which one that was. I didn't get to go to that one.
Yeah, and speaking of Booker T, he was there. When he came out, it was just my brother and I who went. He didn't know anything about WCW, and I'm like, oh, Booker T, and he's like, yeah, Booger T.
Booger T? Oh no. Oh no. Tell me you did not just say that. Fucking I love Booker. Dude, that was like, I don't know, people talk shit about like 2000, because that was like 2000.
Yeah, right around then.
And like people would talk shit about WCW back then, but like honestly, like Jeff Jarrett, like The Chosen One, fucking, Kevin Nash was still around, Goldberg was still there. I mean, it sucked, but Sting was still around. Like, I enjoyed the efforts that they made up until the end, even though it was really bad at the end. Yeah. That was about the end.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I watch every now and then, because I don't have cable, I have just basic channels, and there's, what is it? I think TNA.
Oh, fuck TNA Wrestling. Impact Wrestling?
I'll watch that every now and then.
That's great wrestling. They're turning it around right now, dude. They're turning it around. They have, they have this wrestling federation here in the Pacific Northwest. Like, really, there's, been this, resurgence within professional wrestling within the last, I'd say 5 to 8 years, somewhere within there, 8 to 5 years or whatever. And, now, out of Seattle, dude, there's this wrestling promotion called Defy. And it's basically, it's punk rock wrestling, dude.
Oh, really?
They hold, fucking, me and Eric, we're supposed to be going, dude, so if, I know this is a dated episode at this point, but on the 14th, they're supposed to be having a house show, so if you want to get online and go, dude, we're totally gonna roll.
But it's work schedule and whatnot.
Okay, it's not this Friday, but the following Friday.
Okay.
So, anyway, but yeah, dude. So they have all these local dudes, and then they have ex-WWE guys come in and shit, and they just put on really badass wrestling. And it's it's a 21 and over crowd, so the crowd, the chants are just just fucking insane and awesome all across the board. So you should totally try it, but yeah, it doesn't get better than that in my opinion. I don't know. I've been to WWE shows, and yeah, dude, Defy is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to check that out.
Yeah.
Came across this. Since we're on the topic of wrestling, I came across this. I want to say Vice did it. Maybe not. I could be completely wrong. But it was a backyard wrestling that was pretty big, and it was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen.
Dude, those guys,
nails and boards whacking each other in the heads and having to get them nails pulled out of their skull.
I don't know. That's hardcore shit. But then at one point you're like, well, how much am I getting paid for this?
Yeah. Those guys,
it's for the art.
Yeah, that's what they're all saying. Yeah, I'm not getting paid anything. I just like doing it. It's you got a 2x4 hanging out of your head right now.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, I know on Vice there's this. Have you ever heard of Damian Abraham? Damian Abraham, he's like this. He's in this band called Fuck, and they're like a hardcore band out of Toronto. Mm-hmm. And like I never had fucking heard of them. I've listened to punk rock for the last like fucking 18 years or whatever. And like but like recently I heard him through this podcast called Turned Out a Punk, and like it's basically just him just doing interviews with people within the punk rock music industry, and it's really? Like it's fucking awesome, dude. Like he gets fucking nerdy as shit on it, like fucking shit I've never heard of.
What's it called?
Turned Out a Punk.
Okay,
so
that's crazy because it's been probably a couple of years now, but I've Googled punk podcasts and have come up with
Damian Abraham, dude. He's a marijuana enthusiast. Mm-hmm. And he's a punk rock guy, and to tie it all in, he's a fucking fan of professional wrestling.
Cool.
And he did a series for Vice where it's basically him just traveling across the world, going to different countries, and what their version of professional wrestling is. That he documents it, and like there's like this one specifically I remember. I haven't seen it, but like this one he talked about in depth about like down in like South America somewhere, where like it's like it's kind of like portrayed as like as a play or whatever in a sense. But the women are just like, the way the women are treated down there, it's just so like it's so horrible. Mm-hmm. And so the way they portray the women, they portray the women as the heroines and whatnot. And they're beating their oppressors, and it's just like just fucking evokes these emotions from these natives, and it's like crazy as shit, dude. It's like that's professional wrestling, like and what it can mean, the art of it.
Yeah, different all over the world.
Yeah, man. So fucking tell me about your music, man. You are one man that's down for the cause, man. So fucking what is your history when it comes to?
I grew up around music. My great grandparents are recording gospel musicians.
All that.
And I mean, they were
that's
the
what's
church,
up, dude.
they were the church band, but on top of that, they toured, they recorded records and whatnot. And
I never knew that, dude. I never knew that.
And at family get-togethers, it was always my grandpa pulling out his guitar and playing songs and singing and. Actually, and he passed away about 2 years ago, but right before he passed away, he recorded another album, it was just my uncle holding a recorder and like holding his breath to make absolutely no noise.
Yeah.
But my grandpa still had it even at the end, Wow. His voice sounded super weak, but and then on top of that, my grandma on the other side, my grandpa watched no TV. And had it on classic country all the time. So I always, I grew up listening to that and just got super into music. And then always wanted to start a band and always wanted to put on shows. And then finally, right around the same time I started Doll Steaks and then started putting on shows.
Fucking badass.
House shows mostly, but.
Well, what? I'm fucking high as shit. Well, I guess what I was trying to like go into is like, what would you like say was like, you just like you kind of like you talk about the growing up around the country music and the gospel music, and at what point when did you discover your sound? Yeah, because I feel like that's one thing we connect on is the punk rock music and stuff.
When I went to East Valley, like I was talking about, I didn't fit in with anyone, and then when I was like 8 years old, I found Green Day and really loved it. When I was about 10, I found out about Nirvana and really loved it, but I had no idea what I was listening to. And then somebody introduced me to punk rock right after I started going to East Valley. And one of the first songs was Rejected by Rancid. And I was just like, oh man,
this is great.
This hits home. There's other people like this.
Yeah.
And I just dug into it. And then years later...
It just blossomed. It just keeps...
it became... I got obsessive over it. And
Dude, I mean, I feel like I've come from the same, like, my first punk rock band wasn't Rancid, it was NoFX.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like, I remember, like, around, dude, it's, like, fucking weird, man, because, like, we're discovering this music around the same time frame, but we didn't, like, hang out with each other.
The first ever that I heard, actually, was Bad Religion, just in the same night. Yeah. Then someone played Rancid, Rejected. Nice. And that's the one that was just, like, bam, there it is.
That's it.
That was the seed.
Fuck
and
yeah, dude.
Went.
Yeah.
Became so obsessive over it. That's all I did was internet. I still had dial-up internet at the time,
dude,
and all I would do was look up bands, and it was like forever waiting for a page to load. And I would look up like record labels, and what record label are they on? What other bands are on that record label? There's got to be other cool bands on that label.
No, for sure, dude.
Actually, I think I'm all right on the weed.
You're all right.
Yeah, I'm drinking too.
We're gonna. Yeah, you don't know shit, dude. You got the double factor going for sure. I'm just like really spacey in my head right now. No, dude, I feel the same shit, man. Like, I remember, finding Nirvana fucking, 7th grade and shit, like, listening to Bleach and, Incesticide was, like, I would say, like, Bleach was the first album that I actually bought, because Sean Hill had Nevermind. So that's how I listened to Nevermind, was through Sean Hill. And then, and then it was, Bleach and Incesticide, and then eventually, like, In Utero. And then I always loved the fucking, because they had not the Muddy Banks of Wisconsin, fucking, not Wisconsin, I know, but the fucking MTV Unplugged album.
Oh yeah,
that was always my favorite fucking Nirvana album.
I own the DVD and I watch it regularly. I can't help it.
I don't think I've actually ever watched it, honestly. I've only listened to it on audio.
Nirvana is what got me into playing guitar, though. I mean, a lot of people, it did, but. And all it took was somebody telling me how simple the songs were, and I was just like, "Wait, they are? Because it sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna learn it then."
Yeah, my thing with like guitar, man. I was always like, I never had the discipline. Like, I would fuck around like for one afternoon. Oh man, this is cool. Fuck.
Yeah,
go play some video games.
I did that for years. And I only got like, I learned enough to play power chords and move my hand around to keep playing power chords, and then I was like, all right, I know it. It's enough. And I would hardly ever play. And it wasn't really until about like 5 or 6 years ago that I made it a point to play all the time.
Fuck yeah. That's how you do it, man. You gotta get better. You just play it every day. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm fucking like, I don't know, because like I have somewhat of a similar, like my aunt and uncle were in the Blue Tropics. So like I was never really around them, but I was always knew of music and shit. And like my cousins are pretty like with it when like creating music and stuff. Yeah. Like that's why I always relied on comedy more. Is because like I feel like I had that gene with the entertainment gene, within my family and stuff. But like mine just wasn't coming out via music. Like even when I did the music with Dustin, like I definitely was not like it was the way I processed how to do it. Was definitely not the way. Like Dustin was explaining to me the right way to do it. And I'm like, well, I'm counting it. I'm just going like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like just like I had a way of doing it, and it was right. Like we were doing it okay, and it was like
it was entertaining.
Yeah. But like I don't know, just like I don't know. The idea of music is always like I've always been so interested in it, and like that's always what I wanted to do as well. But it's just like. Yeah, the discipline of doing it every day and stuff. I'm very bad about that.
Even if you can't play it though, just music's one of those things that connects with.
Yeah.
I want to say everyone, but I know one person who just absolutely doesn't like music. One of my friend's dads.
Oh, of course it's a dad.
Yeah,
my mom listened to some music, but not a lot.
Yeah, and I mean that's a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But this guy just dislikes music.
He just doesn't. He's like, I'm gonna watch fucking CNN.
Yeah, he listens to talk radio, which is all right.
I listen to talk radio. All the time.
I do too. But
I'd say that's how I naturally transitioned over to podcasting. Was because I'd always listen to like 1280 and like 1460 was the fucking ESPN, so I'd always listen to sports and shit. And, like,
I've always liked talk radio as well. Yeah. I used to. This day and age, I might not want to say this, but I do like Tom Likas, and I used to listen to him a lot.
I'm not even aware of Tom Likas.
Oh, he used to have this show on teaching you how to get laid, and his whole thing was like, for the least money possible, I'm gonna teach. What was it? I don't know, like women, what men want, and he was just total misogynist, like treated women like objects type show, but it was so entertaining and I loved listening to it.
People have lost their sense of humor, Darren. People have lost their sense of humor. You should be able to laugh at shit like that because it's innocent, fun shit, dude. It's a TV show.
Yeah, it's funny.
It is funny.
Then my dad always listened to Coast to Coast too.
See, I didn't get into Coast to Coast till later in life.
I listen to podcasts or I listen to Coast to Coast at night when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Fucking George Norrie.
Yeah.
When I worked delivering pizza, dude. Like that's when I really got to like start listening. Because we always listened to it with Eric. Like back in the day, like we'd roll around at night. Like it was either jazz on 90.3 or like fucking NPR or whatever, or it's fucking Coast to Coast. That's like what we would listen to.
Coast to Coast is cool though. They touch on so many subjects.
I love Coast to Coast.
I mean, you get the nut jobs on there every now and then.
Great,
those are the best episodes. Yeah. I love it when they get when he has open lines.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, you gotta question those, man. And like, I wonder how many of those are plants, but maybe, dude. For all we know, dude, those are all legit fucking calls. Yeah. I mean, why? It's a nationally syndicated program, so
yeah.
Why wouldn't they? Yeah. I don't know, man. So, it has a real conversation. There's natural pauses in there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking, well, I'm glad you're on the podcast, Darrin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen how.
This is the first time you've been on a podcast?
It is, yeah. And I've always been interested in podcasts. Yeah. And maybe even, I know Holly wants to do her own.
Dude.
And I've always, Remy and I fucked around with the idea one time, more of a vlog.
Okay.
And we were just going to sit around and talk about music and have a camera. And we did a test run. And we were going to drink while we did it.
Fuck yeah, dude. So that's what you do. That's all it is. That's all a podcast is.
We did a little test run and we were just passing the bottle of whiskey back and forth.
Nice.
And it started out all right, but towards the end,
let's go live on YouTube,
so
man.
Drunk.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I started talking about political stuff.
Oh, no.
And Remy's trying to change the subject. And then I turned into, like, touched on, like, racial issues. And he's trying to change the subject. And I'm just drunk and can't help myself.
That's awesome, dude. Do you guys still have a copy of that?
Yeah, I do.
Just put that on YouTube.
No.
They'll never see the light of day.
Yeah, I've always been interested in how it's done. It looks like you can just...
Dude, I fucking recording, huh? The first 9 months of like doing the podcast, I did it straight up on my fucking iPhone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I just had like, you download like Podbean, you just download the app, and then like you could just like, I didn't have an opening or a closing or anything, like it wasn't professional, but just to be able to record your voice and upload it once a week, I was able to do that, and then eventually I got
free of charge?
Yeah, it's $14 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, but you get unlimited bandwidth and everything. So like, you could I do 3 podcasts a week, dude. So I'm uploading fucking 3 episodes a week, 4 on pay-per-views, like whenever, because I do a wrestling podcast too,
yeah.
Dude. So we fucking I take advantage of that shit. Like we're building a name, man. We're building a name out there and shit, dude. Fucking. So all them motherfuckers out there. We started using Twitter recently.
Yeah.
Have you like fucked around on Twitter?
No, I don't really like social media. I mean, I'm on
like
Facebook
either, but...
and I'm more on that than I'd like to be, and I get myself involved in stuff on there that I don't want to be involved in necessarily. But I was off of it for 2 years. I was at Bill's one night. I went there by myself to people watch.
Yeah, I remember when you were off Facebook, dude. Because I remember looking you up. I was like, did Darrin defriend me? Like, no. I was like, oh wait.
But I was at Bill's and. I heard 3 separate conversations going on as I was people watching and eavesdropping about Facebook, and it was just like, that's crazy that Facebook has worked its way into real life.
Jeez.
And then I was like, you know what? I went on and deactivated my profile.
Okay.
And I only got back on when Doll Sticks started up, because that needed to go. And I tried to get on and just do Doll Sticks, but you can't.
Nobody fucking pays attention. Nobody fucking pays attention out there, Darrin.
It has to be linked to a personal account. Yeah. And it's like, why? Why can't I just start a band account only?
Exactly.
And because of that, I got sucked right back into...
Yeah.
It's addicting, though.
I don't know. The other day, dude, like I got on the KIMA TV fucking webpage, and they're talking about like vaccines and shit. Like normally, I stay away from it now, but like I've just recently started doing this, and I think it's very fun. But like I like just going in there with memes and like doing the not the memes with the fucking GIFs or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like they're like saying like, oh those people shouldn't be allowed to fucking have kids, and you're like, you do something that's like and it's like some funny thing and shit.
I actually saw that the vaccination thing, right? Is what you did that on? Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that you commented on almost every one.
I'm with the fucking GIF. I got one person reacting to it, dude, and they didn't they just laughed at it, So
it's almost as funny as what I saw you were doing to celebrities, like, let's hang out and smoke cigarettes.
Dude, that's the best, dude.
That was funny too.
I have random people telling me about that. They're like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, I didn't realize that was so funny, because I just did that on a whim. I was stoned one day, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, like, why not? And no one's ever responded to it, but it's. I need to keep it up more. I've stopped.
It's just funny because who says that?
I know, no one.
Let's hang out and smoke cigarettes together.
It'd be like, I would imagine if somebody commented that, I'd be like, this person's fucking European, because European people are fucking creepy as shit like that. Like, hey, let's go together and fucking hammer down some vodka and fucking smoke some cigarettes. Get a pack of Marbreds. Oh man.
The way everything, movies and media portray it, Europeans like their cigarettes too, so it makes sense.
Dude, and they have like leisure time. They fucking don't fucking work that hard. I don't know. The Europeans got it, dude.
Yeah.
They eat whatever the fuck they want. Like, exercise? No. Like, they don't exercise. They look like you, bro. They're like, that's all you're like, oh, fat American. Fat American pig. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't exercise.
I just started within the last year, and that was just because like I was getting like really fat, and like I was like one day I went and took my blood pressure. I'm like, oh, that's really fucking high. Yeah. I'm like I don't want to be on blood pressure medication. It's like my dad like died of a fucking heart attack, so it's like I'm predispositioned to his tendencies of like being a glutton and like eating too much and drinking too much beer, and it was like the cigarettes and just like I couldn't do it anymore. I don't know, my kids were just like, I was like,
Yeah. See, I never wanted to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to drink and smoke forever, a lot until I died. But then I had kids.
Yeah. It changes it, dude. It does change.
And I still do it, but
I did it for like fucking 10 years with Jory, dude. I didn't quit. Like his first 10 years, I was smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. Like,
my daughter's 8, and she's bugged me about quitting before, telling me it's bad for me, and it's all like it gets to my heart. You know what I mean? But
yeah, man. It all comes in time, though, man.
Yeah.
Everybody is on.
I don't want to smoke till I die. I'll eventually quit.
Yeah, right. It's like I want grandkids, maybe. Yeah. That's crazy, man. Having kids, dude. That's like fucking, congratulations on your baby. I mean, you guys just had your baby. Yeah, you're
crazy.
I remember, last time I saw you guys, like, we were doing the TV show, and like you guys were, she was, and Holly was still pregnant.
Yeah, I just watched that the other night, and man,
we need to do more of those. That shit's fun.
It was a lot of fun, but we should not have played that. We should have said no. We were so unrehearsed.
It's not
like Remy's first time playing bass. For us
and it doesn't help that we don't have like sound, so you guys are like not able to hear each other. I mean, we kind of like don't have the best PA setup down there. That's
it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it. It's just that I have a hard time saying no to shows. Anyways. Dude, that's why we haven't recorded because I keep saying yes to shows, and we have to practice for the show and not take time off to just record.
Well, dude, a lot of it is also, I mean, like, you should definitely have recordings, but, a lot of it is also just getting your name out there for that live show.
Yeah.
I'm into comedy, man, and, like, that's the way I know the only way I can ever succeed at that is if I fully committed myself to, like, fucking running that and just doing that as much as possible. Like you said, don't say no to a fucking show.
Yeah, it's really hard to.
It pained me, dude, like, a year ago, Ed Mejia had hit me up. He's like, hey, man, fucking, you want to come down and do a show down at fucking, like, down at the Valley Mall at that restaurant that was there, Twigs?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I had to say no, because, like, I hadn't done stand-up in, like, fucking, like, at least solidly in, like, 5 years. I hadn't done good stand-up probably for at least, like, 5 years at that point. And, like, before that, it's just going down to an open mic and fucking around for 5 fucking minutes. But, so, like, it pained me, though. I was like, I know I could have just winged it, probably, but it would have been, like, pretty bad. Pretty bad.
From my experiences, not with comedy, but with music, I don't like to just wing it.
You gotta put the time in, dude. It's like you said.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%, dude. I know that's the only way to make it, dude, is you gotta put the time in. Every day, every week, man. I think that's
so
all,
hard with kids, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude. Shit. I was lucky with me and Dustin because we practiced at my house, so like I was like, hey, just come over, whatever, bro. Like,
That's what we did at the beginning of Doll Steaks when I had that awesome house over there that I used to throw shows in.
That was a cool fucking house,
but
man.
It was too big, man. It was a 3,000 square foot house. You know how bad that
3,000 square feet.
You know
shit,
how bad
dude.
that sucked to clean?
Yeah.
And it was all hardwood floors, so it wasn't
sucks.
vacuuming. It was sweeping and mopping constantly. And it sucked to clean. If you wanted to deep clean it, start upstairs, work your way downstairs. You had to start all over again.
Yeah.
It was all dusty and dirty again upstairs. And
That's I 100% understand that sentiment, dude. Because we just upgraded, because we lived in a duplex for the last like once we moved out of this house that's over here, we ended up up there by Rosars, and we were up there for another 6-7 years or something, just until last year, and now we live in an actual house, and it's that's the one thing I noticed was all the fucking dust. It's you literally have to dust every other fucking day, dude.
in Yakima,
it's fucking that weather right now is all fucking garbage and shit, dude.
I do miss that house though. That's what got me into putting on shows.
Yeah.
I always wanted to put on shows, but I didn't know how to do it, and then it just dawned on me shit, I have this giant house. I have my own venue. Let's just figure it out.
Do it, dude. That was.
And I still don't know if I do it right, but I.
Nah, dude, you did it right, man. I fucking dude. You guys do it fucking right. I don't know, man. You let me live out my dream, because like I said, dude, that was always my thing. It was I wanted to play music and shit. So doing that shit with Dustin, being able just to play those 2 shows at your place, dude. I was I felt like it was. I treated it like it was Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Bro. Like I was so like just like thankful for the opportunity just to do it, dude.
Too. It was awesome.
Yeah, it sucked. But no, I don't know.
But shouldn't a punk rock cover band suck?
It should. They definitely should, dude. I agree 100%. I miss that. I do miss that. That's one thing I do miss is doing that. But it's fucking why I gotta do comedy. That's why we gotta do this podcast, Darrin. That's why we gotta be doing episodes, recording for the masses.
Yeah, that first show that I threw there was just a birthday show, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I booked people and didn't follow through with them, so they didn't show up.
Which show was this? Which one was this?
This is when the cops showed up.
Okay, I remember that. I remember. Okay, that one. Yeah. Yeah, because we played like right before the cops fucking showed up, dude.
Yeah.
And we smashed the fucking watermelon.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so fucking drunk, dude. I don't know how the fuck I even made it through fucking on that. I did not know, like...
I don't know. I have it all on video. I
need to watch that. I actually don't ever show that to me. I don't want to fucking see that, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah, I just rewatched that video of me arguing with the cops that showed up.
Yeah, I remember videotaping that shit, dude. Yeah.
And it's funny because I didn't realize, but my, I think he was like 10 at the time, 10-year-old nephew was standing right next to me.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
And then you see my brother in the video grab my nephew's hand and pull him out of the picture.
It's like, hey, you shouldn't be in that picture.
Yeah. You don't need to see your drunk uncle argue with the cops.
It was pretty fun though, dude. Like you could tell, like I don't know, like they weren't out to bust heads, I guess, that day.
They weren't necessarily, but
it was fun. It's fun every time you see somebody give it to a cop, though, dude. No matter what, dude. Like,
well, it was just silly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't past 10.
It wasn't past 10, and the guy contradicted himself.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when it's during the day on a weekend, we let it slide. And that's when I was like, oh, like today on a Saturday,
you're just
in the middle of the day.
You're just choosing to not let it slide this time because I'm arguing with you, isn't it, officer?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe if I kept my mouth shut, things would have gone differently.
Nah, dude, it's punk rock, bro. You gotta fucking question authority.
Yeah.
You had to. You had to step up, dude. 100%.
That's almost what I was thinking in my head too. It popped up in American Hardcore, that documentary. Mm-hmm. Henry Rollins is talking about the cop showing up at a party, and it wasn't like, oh, go hide. It's like, let's get him. Let's go after
This is
him.
our opportunity. Yeah. Forge fucking forward, people. Man, I fucking love Henry Rollins, dude. Like, I'm fucking stoked to go see him in October.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Yeah, I need to get a ticket, dude. I still haven't gotten a ticket.
I haven't either. I don't want it to sell out. I know a bunch of my friends are going to see him at the Knitting Factory in Spokane.
Yeah, he's doing the. Mm-hmm.
He's in your hometown, though. Why don't you go there?
And the Capitol Theater's like like fucking way cooler. I'd rather go see Henry Rollins in like a historic setting, rather than the Knitting Factory. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're gonna stand on the stage, like Yakima fucking Capitol Theater. That's a fucking that's a Cosby was supposed to play that until all of his shit went down with him getting taken down, man. By Hannibal Buress.
He was diddling girls while
just like it was that Hannibal Buress, that fucking Hannibal Buress joke. That guy that filmed Hannibal Buress down in like Florida that weekend before, like just doing jokes about it, and like that was always like in the news, dude.
Is that how it all got brought up?
Yeah, that's how it had exactly. Hannibal Buress, dude. He fucking brought fucking Eric Andre show, like that dude, fucking brought him down, and that's how it all started.
It's crazy
because the rumor was always there, and it was in the news because we did a sketch about it back in like 2007. We did a sketch where like we did a lineup where like who does the best Cosby impersonation? That's the rapist. That was the premise of the sketch. And turns out Spencer Porter was right. Motherfuckers, all these years later, Cosby's sitting in jail now.
Oh, I don't think he'll ever go to jail. Do you? I don't think.
Is he? I don't know. I thought he was in jail.
No, it's like delayed sentencing.
Well, no, he's probably just gonna live it out in fucking like a glorified nursing home.
Yeah. He's
fucking. I don't know, but it's just crazy because like, right when that all went down, dude, he had a show like coming through Yakima to go play the Capitol.
Yeah, but I know he was at Ellidsburg a few years prior to all of that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've always enjoyed his stand-up.
It's like I've heard the argument saying like back in the day that was like kind of like the norm of society was like, hey, drop a fucking roofie in somebody's drink wasn't necessarily frowned upon. Yeah. It was the norm, dude. Like that's how the industry was back in the day.
Women are objects in there.
Yeah, it's the '60s for you, man.
Yeah,
Man, that's I don't know. I always thought it'd be crazy to fucking live through like the 70s. Like, would have I resisted the urge to do cocaine? You know, like that was always my question. I guess probably because I've resisted, you know, since now. But like it's like I don't know. I just like glorify the time frame like so much with like the rock and roll lifestyle.
It was the thing to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know why cocaine's so popular. I did it once, and I didn't like it, and everyone, when I tell them that, they're always like, oh, it wasn't good stuff, and it's like, well, everyone I was with had done lots of coke before and all said it was really good. And it's
so I'm gonna take their word for it.
Yeah, is it so hard to believe that I just didn't like it? Like cocaine? That's hard for people to believe.
Are you trying to say that I'm not an addict?
It was funny because I was like, I don't really feel much. You know, like nothing. Wait till you get the drip, and I'm like, no, it's already dripped.
Oh, it tastes like chemicals, bro. Like, that's not a good taste.
And then they were like, okay, so any second now you'll definitely like what you're feeling. And then we walk from one bar to the next bar, just across parking lots, Brews and Q's to Sports Center. And I get outside, and I'm like, well, maybe I feel it. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to run across the street and back. And they're like, that's it. And I'm like,
exercise, bro. I could just exercise on my own.
That's it. It gives me the urge to want to run across the street and back a few times.
That's worth $20. You know, $40.
People like it though. That's
whatever. Yeah, no, I've been offered it more than once, and it's I'm always very polite. You know, I'm like, no, you guys, I don't mind if you do it. I've watched people do cocaine, you know, but like I never, you know, I'm not gonna. I don't know. It's
don't
like,
waste your time. It's not worth it.
It's just like I remember one night with one of my friends, like. Got fucked up, dude. He like came home and just he totally tore into it and stuff. And like by the end of the night, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And like, you know, he's like still like, oh yeah, let's keep drinking. I'm like completely wasted. I'm like, motherfucker, you fucking. He's like wondering why I want to go to bed. I'm like, motherfucker, you did like 2 lines of fucking cocaine at 2 o'clock this morning. Like, of course your system's cleaned out and you're wanting to keep going until 7.
I don't know. I find the appeal in it.
It could be fun, you know. I always thought it'd be fun to do mushrooms again.
Yeah, I still every now and then I will do mushrooms still.
Yeah.
But I don't. When I first started doing them, I was eating like a whole 8, you know, like a lot of people do, and that's too much.
Too much.
I think it's too much.
Just half 8.
Well, it gets you, or even like a third. Split an 8 between 3 people, I feel is good. It gets, I don't know, an 8 makes me like I think I'm leaving Earth. You know what I mean?
I've never tripped that hard on mushrooms, dude.
There was one time where I closed my eyes and touched the grass, and every time I would do that, I swear I could see what was happening underneath the ground, like worms moving in and out of the dirt, and it was too much. It wasn't enjoyable.
Was it like give you like anxiety? Or?
Yeah, it gave me kind of anxiety. I didn't like it. I looked at my phone one time and couldn't figure out how to use it, and it was outlined in like neon green.
That's kind of scary. It's like,
yeah, and I didn't. So I didn't really care for it. Getting that high, and then one time I split an 8 between 3 people, and I was like, man, this is pretty nice. You still laugh, you still have those visuals, you know, but not out of your mind.
It's like happy. It's like happy elves and rainbows. Oh man, my experience with like hallucinogens goes back to like salvia.
Oh,
like dude, and like I don't know, man. Like we got that shit like back in like 2004. And like I don't know where the fuck we were getting it. Like supposedly this is around the time frame Trent.
Gas stations.
Well, like Trent was like ordering a bunch of shit offline, dude. Like 2003, 2004, he was getting like his cigarettes from Russia. Yeah. And then he found a website where he ordered Salvia Divinorum, dude. And like you know completely legal and everything. Yeah. And I remember the first time I tried it, dude. I was at fucking we were at like some party house, dude. It was like some like over there by the Craft Warehouse. So it was like right off Nob Hill.
Yeah.
And like. Yeah, dude, we had like 20 people in this like fourplex, you know, so of course the cops are gonna get called. But like, you know, half hour before fucking, you know, they show up and shit, I'm like taking a big ass fucking bong rip, and I'm like sitting in a chair just like here, and I'm like, I feel myself just like the gravity just give way, dude, and it's like I entered into this alternate dimension. Yeah. I thought I died, and I was like, fucking my arms were Legos, bro, and like I don't know, I fell on the ground, and like I'm like, oh, and fucking my friend Brandon, like I look up and he's wearing these aviator glasses, and like he just looks like a huge fucking fly and shit, dude, and the colors are just like red.
Brandon Allen?
No, Brandon Katie.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Katie. Yeah. I never did salvia with Brandon. Yeah, no, that shit was intense, dude.
Yeah, I've done a few hallucinogens, and that was the most intense. It's the most intense drug I've ever done in my life.
It's scary, dude.
Yeah, and it was. Is it still? I don't know if it still is, but it was legal.
I'm pretty sure it's still legal.
I used to buy it at the
gas
In-N-Out
station?
Mart on 16th and Tyatt.
What? Like, because I remember one time, like, because like it popped up, like, because like when we did it was like back in like 03, 04. It was like around like 2010 or something. They started popping up in the mini marts. And, like, I remember the one time I did it, I was, like, embracing thinking I was going to go into that fucking world. You know, I was like, fuck, I don't know if I want to fucking do this again. And then fucking, like, I did it, and it was like, they're like, yeah, put on your favorite song, man. Experience it, man. Be with it, man. So I was with a bunch of fucking hippies. And, yeah, I just, like, fucking... It was nothing. It was like, fucking, it was like a bong rip. Like, you know, what is this?
Yeah, I've had salvia that didn't do much. But then I've had, like you were saying, where you get sucked down in gravity just gets so intense.
I was going to ask, like, did you find, was that type that the time that you did trip like that, is that stuff that you found in a store?
The hardest trip I ever had on salvia, I bought from some dude.
Okay.
But
the regular way you buy drugs.
Yeah. I did trip from stuff I got in the store one time. It's not as much. The most I ever tripped was from a dude I bought, and I did it in my car with my friend. And I don't know, I got it in a vial. I don't know if you did. And you're supposed to do just a capful, then use like a butane torch lighter. Yeah. That's what I was always told in a bong.
That's how we hit it out of the bong too. Yeah. So yeah.
And then I did it, and I immediately handed the bong over to my friend. And as soon as I did, I was parked in front of my parents' house, and their house just wham back like so far away from me, and I'm like looking around, super tripped out, and then the gravity thing starts happening, and then I realize I can't even see the hood of my car, so I feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff almost, and my parents' house is super far away. And I'm telling my friend that I just handed the bong to, like, we need to get out of the car, and I'm trying to get out, and I'm like scooting my feet on the gravel.
And you can't move.
With my head in his lap, my feet out the door, just like scraping my feet, and finally I get out, and as soon as I get out, I snap out of it, just like that, and I look at him, and I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we out of the car? And he's like, I don't know, you told me to get out. And I'm just like, man, I'm on drugs. Don't listen to me.
Hey, man, let's go fucking rob that place. Yeah, man, that's a good fucking idea. Dude, I can, like, imagine, like, you just fucking describing that. I can, like, see that in my head just from, like, because, like, the experience of that, it's, like, it's just, I don't know, man.
But then, like you were saying, Legos, I didn't see Legos, but I saw little tiny square patterns, and it was almost like I saw the yellow brick road almost on the ground when I was getting out in the way.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
And everything was in little
it's like,
tiny
it felt like,
squares.
Yeah, and it's like things were, like, clapping around you and shit, like...
Yeah, it was almost like Tetris, but making...
Dude, yeah. That's a good way of...
pictures. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Yeah. I don't know, the only time I ever, like, tripped out on that, like, and actually had a good time, because we had a good couple of experiences, like, trying... And I finally just let go of it, dude, because, like, it's like, instantly you just want to fight it. Every time you're just like, and you tense up, and it's so bad. Like, you have such a bad experience. But if you just, like, take a deep breath, and you're just like this.
Just let yourself not be able to talk.
Yeah, and I remember looking over at Eric's fucking, and, like, over his wheelchair, dude. It was spinning around as a fucking Ferris wheel and shit. Yeah. And I was like, whoa. And like, But yeah, it's cool, though. You come back out of it, like, after a couple minutes. But definitely don't recommend it for everyday consumption.
No. Maybe not even for everybody. It's intense.
Yeah, I would probably caution anybody to even fucking try that.
Yeah. Try some other stuff first, and then maybe dabble in that. Because it's intense. I did the opposite, though. I did it before I tried mushrooms, before I tried acid, anything. It was salvia, and it messed with my world for a little while.
Yeah. To this day, dude, I sometimes question reality. Every so often I'll get too high, and I'm like, wow, am I real right now? And it's like heaven, you're smoking marijuana. That's all you're doing. Like, you're going to come down in 45 minutes and eat a bag of Doritos. That's all that matters. I can see where, like, psychedelics could really, like, if you ever have, like, a bad experience, like, where it could just, like, really fuck with your mind and shit.
I can see so.
Yeah.
I can see how as well. Yeah. I've had some borderline bad experiences, but I've always, like you said, kind of, you got to go with it and be okay and tell yourself that I took drugs. This is supposed to happen.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's always nice to have a buddy there, but sometimes you just ride it out alone, and it's just... Woo! I don't know, because, like, I don't mess around with drugs too much, but, you know, like, when you smoke a lot of weed, and sometimes, like, when, I don't know, I just, like, whenever I smoke joints, dude, or blunts, dude, you get to, like, you go to a different fucking level every fucking time, and you have to like calm yourself down every single fucking time. Like, you're fucking fine. You're not having a heart attack. Like,
I found sativas do that to me. And I only found out since weed was legal. I almost quit smoking weed altogether because it was almost giving me panic attacks all the time.
Shit, that makes
and then
sense.
when I started buying weed, I didn't know indica, sativa.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I didn't know the difference either, dude. Like, I was like, what are they called again? Like, I was always like that, dude.
And then I found out every time I would smoke a sativa dominant, my heart would be racing. I'd get anxious, feel like I was having a panic attack, and feel like I was on some other type of drug.
Right.
Messes me up, man. It's
fucking, dude. Like, I get that. I don't know, because like I prefer sativas just because like I'm always up moving around. It feels like so like I like doing the dishes and like I don't know, like I always like to incorporate weed into it. So I feel like my mind is like able to concentrate more on a sativa, dominant bud compared to an indica. But like, dude. There's times, though, when I smoke those indicas, man, like, I'm like right before bed. Fuck, dude, they just put you out, dude.
Yeah. And see, I mostly only smoke weed at night, occasionally during the day, but mostly at night. So maybe that's why I like the indicas, too.
Just put you to bed, dude.
Yeah.
I think I fuck it up, dude, honestly, because, like, my sleep pattern is kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I get decent sleep, but then like, come 4 or 5 o'clock, dude, it's like, boom, up on the hour, and then 6, you're up, and it's just like, fucking, you're going.
Up at 6?
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, I gotta be to work at 7:30.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like... Yeah, I don't know. I could work any shift that I want in the morning, but it's just like I like getting off earlier in the day. And shit, so
have some day ahead of you.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, dude, I prefer that a lot more, dude. Like if I didn't have to fucking work every fucking day, I would still get up that early to like accomplish my goals for that day.
Yeah,
whatever my goals are. I don't know. I like that beautiful sunrise. I really do.
I'm a 9 o'clock guy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah.
Like on weekends, dude, I don't get up to like 10:30, 11. I can sleep until like noon. Well, I guess what I was trying to say is like my sleep pattern's kind of fucked, but like it feels like when I do like knowingly smoke an indica, like I fucking sleep better. Like the times that I have done that recently, I have noticed a difference. But like mainly I just smoke sativas. Like today I bought a fucking quarter of fucking sativa based, like I should have gotten a fucking eighth of fucking sativa and an eighth an indica and just smoked the indica before I go to bed, but I'm not smart like that. It's not until this moment I really kind of put it all together.
It messes with your dreaming though.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember my dreams too much. No.
And I think it's because of weed.
I think, dude. Well, when you like quit smoking weed, dude, you get like really fucking like lucid fucking dreams and
crazy,
shit. It's like you get fucked up. You like had some fucked up dreams, man. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. So, all right, Darren. Fucking got Hadley Fest coming up, man.
Yeah,
this weekend, man.
Hadley Fest
coming up, dude. Yeah, fucking go ahead and like just break down the fucking history of this, man. There's like this is like the third one.
The third, kinda, yeah. So
the third or fourth.
So I threw that birthday show that I referenced earlier, and then I decided I wanted to throw another show, but do it in the basement this time because the cops can't bust me for doing it in my own basement. Yeah. And I was calling. What did I? No, it was just because at first, and I had like 8 bands booked already. And then Tyler Hadley passed away, and he was of the band. He was the lead singer, lead guitarist of Eternal Sedation, and decided to turn it into a tribute show, or not a tribute show. It's the wrong word.
Celebration.
Raising money show.
Oh, benefit.
Benefit show. Yeah. For his family, for funeral expenses and whatnot. And I took just donations at the door, and amazing turnout. The next year I decided I was going to start a annual music fest, and I was going to call it the Music's Not Dead Fest. And then I thought about it and decided that Tyler Hadley needed some recognition, and people need to remember his contribution to the music scene, because it was when the Lair started up, which I think is kind of what sparked the music scene in Yakima again. Because you started having kids around that age starting bands, probably drunk, Gamma Reyes, and decided to call, instead of calling it Music's Not Dead Fest, call it Hadley Fest. And then got like 10 bands to turn out, and I think it's a great way to honor him. It's what he would have wanted. He loved music. He was in his own band.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a noble cause, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year we're donating all the profits to Rod's house. It probably won't be much because it's something small, but it's something we can give him.
Hey, dude, every fucking penny counts, man. I'm sure, no small contribution, man. You're definitely raising awareness.
Yeah, we got 11
bringing
bands.
memory to Tyler's life.
Yeah, we got 11 bands on it, and 3 out-of-town bands. Lots of locals. We got Brainwash, who are just starting up. Mm-hmm. Awesome hardcore band. Probably Drunk, who... Amazing punk band. Just came up out of fucking nowhere. We had Nothing But Bad Habit, the only punk band in this town for... a good 10 years or so, almost.
It's about, a good decade strong, for sure.
And then all of a sudden, Probably Drunk pops up, and this guy's put on an awesome show, and then Gamma Reyes pops up, Yeah. You got Take Back's going to be playing. They're one of the guys that's been floating around.
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
They just are recording an album. I don't know when that's coming out.
Yeah, I saw they're putting some jams down.
Yeah, we've got the Nightmares out of Wenatchee coming, signed to Snatchy Records.
That's
those
cool.
those guys, just a rock and roll band, man. Like you hear punk in it, you hear everything in it. It's one of the first bands that has blown me completely away. And
Nightmares. I mean, it's like, I could just imagine the. I need to come. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna see the Nightmares, bro. Like I need to see these guys.
Millhous. I don't even know how those guys play as fast as they do.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
insane.
Yeah, I've only seen videos of them playing like down at Bruising Keys and shit, dude. But I follow them on like Instagram and shit. And they followed me back, dude, and like, dude, they seem like they're fucking playing shows, dude. So.
And it's awesome. Cool. All the bands love playing it too. I've had to turn bands away because I don't have enough room. It's only one day. And it's at my parents' house. If I could do it somewhere else, maybe I could,
Put it on, man.
Problem is getting money to do it at something other than a house.
That's why we do this podcast to raise awareness, so people that are listening are like, hey, contribute to this cause so we can build this shit up every single year, motherfuckers. And remember Tyler. Come on. My listeners got deep pockets. They got deep pockets, Darrin. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's unfortunate about Tyler Hadley.
Nah, it is, dude.
Passed away due to an accidental overdose on fentanyl.
That's how fucking everybody's going these days, unfortunately.
That's terrible, man.
An epidemic, for sure.
But his contribution to the music scene needs to be recognized.
Yeah, of course, man. I remember...
That's all I'm trying to do.
I never, I didn't know him, really. But I remember the first show that you guys had, because we played both those shows, me and Dustin and shit, and I remember we were, fuck, dude, I guess it was a couple months before, because it was a couple months before between the shows and shit, so it was a couple months before he died. But we talked to him for 10 minutes. He was a cool fucking kid, man.
I saw his band Eternal Sedation at one of the Record Store Day shows at Off the Record, and
it's fucking sad,
dude. I didn't know him too well at all. I only spoke to him twice, and he's an awesome guy, but
it's sad, dude. I think if anything, that's where we. So it's sometimes you got to do it. You got to end it on a sad note, but that fucking those drugs, man. That's an epidemic right there, bro. It's how fucking Prince died. Fucking. It's how they're all falling, dude. Tom Petty. That's how fucking Tom Petty had that shit in his system. It's fucking that shit's fucking. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't even think I said the date. August 25th.
August 25th. Everybody needs to show up, dude.
2100 East Selah Road, Yakima, Washington.
Yakima, Washington. Dude, we're an international podcast. We have listeners in China, in Australia,
come on down.
Sweden.
I'll pay
England,
for your plane ticket.
Ireland, dude. People.
I have no money. I won't.
They're gonna be like, "Fucking, we're gonna find you on Facebook, Gary." I'm gonna link your Facebook page into the liner notes for the fucking.
We'll start
episode.
a GoFundMe for a ticket for you. How about that?
This drops on a Thursday, so they have one day to gain the right amount of funds to show up here and shit. So, but hey, if they show up, man, they can pitch a tent.
Yeah.
Stay the night. It'll be a fun night, man.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Well, fucking hey, Darrin. Thank you for fucking coming on the podcast that no one listens to.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone listens to this one. I don't blame them if they don't.
I don't blame people if they don't either. I'm like, hey guys, I understand the numbers, no, not people listen. So, all right, man. Well, thank you, dude, and yeah, we'll definitely put all the information for this festival this coming Saturday, August 25th, on the notes for the podcast. So anybody that wants to go, you are more than invited, ladies and gentlemen. Any final words, Darrin? Nah. That's the most punk rock thing I've heard all day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time, America.
Realize I was what got dropped. Shut up, finish like way. And that did me in. I came into this day. Rejected. Crossing bitches in the land of the forgotten. Rejected. I could not fit in. I was what got shot. What got realized, I was what got dropped. Distrust, that I never saw. Defeated distrust.